Hello, everyone. Welcome to the One Conscious Love Network. I'm here with Kim. Kim and I met online, but I can tell we're already the same kind of people. So I'm really happy that you're here. Kim, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everyone how is it that you shed your light in the world?
Thank you, Melanie. And I've just been enjoying getting to know you, and I'm so happy to be here. And I'm grateful that you do this for people and have created this beautiful community.
Mm,
I think it's so wonderful. And people are just really yearning for that, just a place to really gather together with like-mindedness and connection. Um, and I'm Kim Conway. Nice to meet all of you. And I'm the Entrepreneur's Intuitive Insight expert and coach. And I've done many things throughout my career as Kim, starting with being a medical social worker and then psychiatric social worker and then psychotherapist. And as I moved through my career, I just got more and more interested really in helping people holistically. I just
mm,
always felt like there must be more. And
mm,
particularly when I was working in the psychiatric hospital,
mm,
um, I just felt for a lot of people, the medicine and then the treatment got them very far. But then there was a lot of people who just needed something else to go with that. And it just ignited my curiosity of what else was out there. At the same time that that was happening, something was happening internally with myself, and my intuitive and mediumistic abilities were igniting. And it just, those two things, that curiosity about, well, how else can we help people? And then this expansion really of my soul and information that I could access kind of led me down the path that I've continued to just journey along, and put those things together. And what I really noticed, Melanie, was as I got really into my intuitive and mediumship development, I started noticing the things that were really difficult for me started getting easier.
mm,
So I I had my own like personal struggles and things that I just had carried with me since I was a young child. I was an obsessive worrier. I always kept waiting for the big bad thing to happen. Um, and I had a lot of anxiety and even panic from it. I had tried many things to kind of combat that. And there were a lot of things that could kind of like put out the fire for the day, but nothing was really changing the way I looked at the world through this fear and worry. But as I got into really learning about the world of spirit and the soul and flexing that intuitive muscle, um, I started actually calming down. I
mm.
became less afraid. I was not worrying as much, and it just sort of organically started happening. And when I noticed it, I thought, who are you?
Yeah.
And I got curious about like why was I actually like starting to feel better and get better? Um, and it really was from the development that I had, which was a lot about learning how to blend deep within yourself and
Mm,
with what I call the soul. Everyone has a different word for it.
mm,
Some people might just think of it as like their heart or their spirit, but it's this place that exists inside of all of us
mm,
that is an all-encompassing unconditional love. And the more you get to know it, the more you experience how powerful it is. And I really do believe it's like the greatest healer inside of ourselves. And I was just naturally starting to heal in those ways. And it's not that something can't happen in my life that's very concerning. but it's rare now that I get like knocked down to the floor.
Right.
And when I do feel a little fear creeping in, I know exactly what to do to help that. And um, it's rare that it overtakes me. I would say um, if someone that I love dearly is like struggling with their health, especially like a family member, um, that's probably like my biggest thing I have to watch for because that can take me down, but not like it used to. So
Mm.
when I started really looking at that, my work as a therapist, all this holistic stuff I had been learning. I was like trained in energy healing, um, hypnosis, QHHT, like all these different little things. I thought the greatest thing I've really learned along the way is really how to get to know that deeper, more healing part of yourself. And I really wanted to figure out a way, how am I going to bring that to everybody? So I did something that to me felt very brave. I took a really, really very successful, lucrative business that I had created
Mhm.
and decided to organically let it fade away and not take on new clients, so that I could rebuild what I wanted to be doing for people and start working in this new way. Which for some people you might call it like intuitive coaching. It's just this blend of all the skills that I have created. Um, because in the training that I had for my mediumship development, the the most beautiful part of that really is when you blend with the world of spirit and meet a spirit person, so to speak, the love that you feel, no matter who they were in life, is so powerful.
Mm.
And it just makes it really hard to judge yourself, judge other people, feel afraid. Like the things that are like common human struggles get
Mm.
a little harder. Or as soon as you notice yourself, like, that little thought of judgment
Yeah.
that can happen even to the kindest person in the world, you're like, oh, no, wait a minute. There's a deeper place inside of that person too, right? It exists amongst all of us. And I just feel like it just ignited this journey for me and this passion to bring more of that love forward to help people, and really help people heal whatever's going on for themselves through intuitive development, because intuitive development also brings us on a deep journey of personal development. And I've done it organically and slowly creating my work with entrepreneurs. And I focused on entrepreneurs because entrepreneurs are just this powerful breed of people who really are so passionate to help people in whatever their specific way is. And the drive is utterly amazing to me. And if you can bring that intuitive muscle into entrepreneurship and even ignite that desire to help others even more, I mean, to me, that's the greatest ripple effect that we can create, is just like spreading all of that genius of different businesses and everything out there. So, my latest venture is that I have just literally in the past couple of weeks, it's been a long time of work building, but like put together a school for intuitive development for entrepreneurs.
Wow.
And it's a um, it's a big collab project. It's not just me. I've brought in clients of mine that have gone through intuitive development with me and a lot of personal healing. And they're going to be some of the pillars of the school. And even coaches of mine that have really helped me along the way and
Mm.
develop this program for really deep inner connection and helping people learn how to flex that intuitive muscle and then bring it into whatever their specific business is and learn for themselves about that power that lives inside of them and how to access that. And then they can be bringing that in whatever their specific way is for their clients and just keep that ripple effect going. So that's my big thing that I'm doing right now.
That's so beautiful, Kim. And I know many that are watching right now are entrepreneurs, like many of our members are healers, coaches,
Yes.
practitioners. And so, do you have a
Mhm.
special message maybe for them that's gonna indicate to them like how would they benefit specifically from joining the school?
Yeah, that's a great question. Thank you. And um, I think especially entrepreneurs like that fall under that huge umbrella of like spirituality, which is like there's so many different forms of healing and all of that. And I know even for myself, when I went, I'm a Reiki teacher. Like as I like progressed and I took my time with it, like it took me a few years to progress in my Reiki certifications.
Mhm.
My intuitive abilities were even opening up even more. And
Mm,
there are um, there are some very clear ways that can help people connect more deeply, and working with energy is one of them. And it's actually a big part of the program of my school because it can bring you closer to your soul. And some energy training out there does a beautiful job of like incorporating that in, and some of it just really doesn't. And what happens is people kind of get out there and they're working with energy, and they start having these experiences. And you do hear a lot of energy workers saying, I give a little reading with, when I give an energy session and all of that, and really being able to flex that muscle and deepen really that reading from sharing whatever was being experienced during the session to actually going into an in-depth reading for someone is like a beautiful thing that they can be bringing to people, and just understanding how that's all working inside of them. Like the understanding just even opens it up even more. But I really think that following following your gut and then learning how to access more and more information for yourself as an entrepreneur is very helpful, because it can help with the creation of offers. It can
mhm.
help discernment of, is am I meant to work with this client? um,
Right.
if someone is coaching someone, being able to access information for your clients as they're trying to figure things out for themselves. It's very powerful to be able to supply that to clients and help them along the way. It can speed up the work that you're doing. It can help with figuring out collaborations, is this going to work? And what's really interesting, Melanie, is because everyone really has this, um, and everyone has intuition, a lot of times, even if I'm giving someone, just working with someone, giving them a reading,
Mhm.
um, they'll often say to me, oh, that's kind of what I thought. Like they usually kind of have an idea for themselves, right? But
Yes.
they're needing more of like that validation to really trust and move forward with whatever decisions they're making and all of that. And I just think it makes life so much easier, in so many different ways. If you can really develop that trust within yourself.
Well,
Mm.
that's so big. I love that. I love it. Yes.
Mhm.
Question I always ask everyone is, what is one conscious love to you?
I really love that question. And I would say it keeps changing and growing in its magnitude, the answer for me. But the way that I think about it is, um, it's like an ocean, and every single drop of water in that ocean is necessary to create that ocean. And within that ocean is an entire world, right? There's all the plant life, all the animal life, just all operating interdependently upon one another. And I just think of like one conscious love is exactly that. It's like, it's where each one of us is connected to one another
Mhm.
and helping one another, being able to heal, help each other heal, help each other grow. It's where we're completely limitless and everything that you're looking for in your life already is.
Mm.
And I think we all need to spend a little time there every so often, right? And just really feel that. And I do think that with intuitive work is a soul to soul connection. It's connecting with another soul to access information to help that person. And mediumship work is also a soul to soul connection. It's connecting with a person who's in the spirit world to be a voice for them because they're just trying to be heard. And that's a simple way that we connect as one consciousness, but like one conscious love is all of those souls together, and sometimes I think, Melanie, you see some people have much harder, more difficult lives than others for sure, right? And and we all have different point of views, and we all have different beliefs. And maybe we're just doing that to help each other along. Like I, maybe I'm having my struggles so someone else doesn't have to have it, but as a conscious collective, we're all growing from that struggle, right? Or that learning. And it's the place where it all kind of comes together. And I'm really hoping makes sense when if we have a moment there, right? Yeah.
I
I
love
hope that
that.
answer made sense. I think I started rambling on with it, but I think it's
It's
something you can just talk about
perfect.
forever, right?
Yes, it's perfect and beautiful exactly as it is. Thank you so much, Kim. We're obviously going to put all your links in the comments so people can connect with you. But clearly, people can also add you as a friend, get to know you better,
Absolutely.
and follow
Mhm.
you so that they can learn from you. I'm so grateful that Facebook brought us together. And
Me
I know
too,
we're going to see
Melanie.
a lot more of you in the One Conscious Love Network in the future.
Thank you for doing this for everybody.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, everyone, for watching, and see you soon.